Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Justice. I am joined here by Terramaster, and it is Friday. Woohoo! Hooray for Friday. And Friday means it is best case scenario, this time for Nightshroud in the Duelists of Shadows box. This is the one that I've been looking forward to the most. As many of you may know, I'm a big fan of dragons in general. I am a big fan of Red Eyes Black Dragon, and so this is very, very exciting for me. So yes, we'll start with Red Eyes Darkness Metal. Alright, maybe not.
I do want to point out something though. You did a video, because you are amazing, about leaks recently.
Yes.
And in those leaks, there was a Nightshroud skill. And the art on that skill, from what we could make out, looks suspiciously like this card. So
it is true.
I did want to give that a little shout out before we started.
Yes, and it's probably going to be some like nerfed, pay 8,000 life points, put your deck in your graveyard, put your head on the table, and then you can special summon one dragon type monster with 0 attack or less, from your deck that isn't there anymore. From
the original set, Legend of Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
You must buy this set at current MSRP. Wait, what? Okay, alright. Are we ready?
Alright, so our first actual card in this set is Black Metal Dragon. It is actually really neat. So you can target a Red Eyes monster you control to equip Black Metal from your hand or field, so you don't even have to summon it first, which is great. The Red Eyes gain 600 attack. If Black Metal Dragon is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Red Eyes card, monster, spell, or trap from your deck to your hand. So it is a nice attack boost, and immediately, just makes, say, a normal 2400 attack Red Eyes monster 3000, which is pretty competitive.
Yes.
But also that search effect is definitely very, very relevant and powerful.
Yeah, because there are good Red Eyes monsters, there are good Red Eyes spells, and there are good Red Eyes traps. So
yes, and you'll see some of all of those as we go on.
Speaking of Red Eyes monsters you can equip to, it's Red Eyes Black Dragon, and we used another art here than we did in the worst case, so technically different card. Got it.
Well, in best case is that we actually get a sick art like this one, because we have to get Red Eyes in the product, but like if we could get an alternate art like this, then worth.
Yeah, and I want to mention that one of these cool arts that maybe hasn't been printed, like I don't know the printings of these arts, but there's one like this that hasn't been printed in secret yet. Hey, you know what?
That would be such a sick secret rare.
Yeah. All right. Then we got Red Eyes. I'm gonna take another card because that was a reprint. Yeah. Red Eyes Baby Dragon. When it's destroyed by battle and sent to graveyard, you can special summon a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck. And if you do, equip this card to it, and it stays on the field as an equip, and it gives a 300 attack point boost. And if it's sent to the graveyard equipped, you can search a dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Or a level 1. Okay, so it works with Black Metal Dragon and one other card, you'll see.
Yep.
Alright, cool.
Alright, moving on. We have Red Eyes Retro Dragon. Which is actually really neat. If a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster you control is destroyed by your opponent's attack or card effect, that's right, battle or card effect, and send to your graveyard while this card is in your hand, special summon Retro Dragon in defense, and then if you do, special summon as many of those destroyed monsters as possible in the same position they were in when destroyed. So if you have multiple, and they're destroyed at the same time, bam, bring them all back.
Yep.
Pretty cool. And then you contribute Retro Dragon to normal summon a Red Eyes monster during your main phase's turn in addition to your normal summon or set.
That one
you use less frequently.
Yes.
Usually more about the revive effect, but that revive effect is still very cool.
Yeah. I do want to point out that it says opponent's attack or card effect. That's a really strange wording. But yeah, I think it's like you can't try to crash your Red Eyes monster and then activate Retro, because it has to be an opponent's attack.
And it can't be your own card effect. That was just said by battle or card effect. This specifies opponent's attack or card effect. So
yeah, Konami's weird
working, but that's why.
Yep. Okay. Moving on to another revival level 4 Red Eyes monster. That is Red Eyes Wyvern. During the end phase, you can banish it from your graveyard. Target a Red Eyes monster in your graveyard. Obviously not itself, because it'll be banished for cost at this point. Special summon that target, and then you can't normal summon set turn use effect. So essentially you go your full turn, you don't normal summon or set, then you can activate Wyvern in your graveyard to bring back your Red Eyes or honestly any of these Red Eyes monsters, right? It says a Red Eyes monster, so yeah.
Yep. Alright, speaking of special summoning Red Eyes, we have the Black Stone of Legend. Hey look, it's level 1 dragon.
Insane.
So if you tribute it, you special summon a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck. That's right, any level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster. And if it's in your graveyard, you can target a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, add this back to your hand. So it has a really neat looping effect. You can only use one of those effects per turn, only once per turn, but it just keeps looping. Once per turn, it's like, all right, tribute this, special summon my Red Eyes. Oh, you got rid of my Red Eyes? All right, next turn, I can bring this back. So it keeps looping, which is very cool.
Yeah. So if you're playing like a long control game with your Red Eyes deck, this card will go a long way in helping you win that. Red Eyes Toon Dragon. Shout out to Ursus, who's wanted this for a while. Has that summoning sickness that Toons have. However, this card is really good rather than most Toon monsters because, not the direct attack part, that's all of them, but this part is important. Once per turn, you can special summon a Toon monster from your hand except Red Eyes Toon Dragon, ignoring its summoning conditions. So you just summon Red Eyes Toon Dragon, then you can just drop a Toon Ancient Gear Golem, a Toon Dark Magician, a Toon Barrel Dragon, whatever you want to pair with this, right? And you just
probably even Toon Dark Magician, right? Then you can summon something else,
right? Yeah. So it's very easy. Spam the field with this one.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
While this doesn't technically have synergy with Red Eyes theme, so to speak, although it is like searchable with those Red Eye searches and whatever, we included it because it is technically a Red Eyes card, and Versus wants it, so here you go, buddy.
Yeah, and it doesn't even need Toon World for that second effect there, so that is pretty cool.
Yes. Yep. All right, now we included this one, although it is technically a Red Eyes monster. Again, it is not a dragon, but it is a Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning. It is a Gemini. When you do Gemini summon it, you get the effect that once per turn, blow your opponent up. Destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls with defense lower than this card's attack. It has 2,500, which is pretty reasonable. So anything with less than 2,500 defense, bam, destroyed. It is Gemini, so you can't just summon it and immediately use it. You have to figure a way around that. But it's obviously powerful.
Yeah, that's literally just like a destroy any monster and beat down deck. If you're one sling beat down, so that's pretty good. Yeah. All right. Next we have we're out of Red Eyes monsters, so we've got Guardian of Felgrand. We've got some dragon support monsters here. If this card is normally special summon, you can equip a level 7 or 8. So Red Eyes monsters are usually level 7. Dragon type monster from your hand or graveyard to this card. Gains attack and defense equal to half the attack and defense of the monster equipped to it by this effect. And then you can tribute one monster and this card. So two monsters you tribute, but it better be good, and it's not bad. You target a level 7 or 8 dragon monster and you get rid of special summon it. So it's either your Guardian of Felgrand has a few attack points, or you're using it in combo with something else to bring back a dragon, which are both like okay, they're playable, right?
Yeah, this isn't like as strong as some of the other stuff we've gone over, but some people might want this.
Yeah.
But we can move on to probably the better of these two Felgrand monsters. We have Paladin of Felgrand, 1,700 attack. So there's that. Same first effect. If you normal specials, you can equip level 7 or 8 dragon monster from your hand or deck to this card. That's right. Guardian was hand or graveyard. Paladin is hand or deck. And while it's equipped with an equipped card, like say by its own effect, it's unaffected by other monsters' effects. Which is probably not extremely relevant in the current speed duel card pool, but can be. Man-Eater Bug and Nidori and stuff start making a comeback. You're protected. But moving on. However, you can also again tribute one monster and this card. Target a level 7 or 8 dragon monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Where these things start to shine is when they start comboing with revival effects, and we'll get to something along those lines here.
Yes.
When you can say tribute this plus a dragon, special summon a dragon, and then maybe the dragon that you tributed just gets summoned right back to the field. So it has its uses.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have a little floater for you guys. This is a dragon floater. The Mass Dragons, level 3, 1,400 fire monster. So UFO Turtle actually floats into this as well, but this floats into a dragon monster, 1,500 less attack. So, on dragon level 3, black metal dragon, black stone. Good. Not bad here.
Another Mass Dragon.
Yep, another Mass Dragon. That too. Yeah, there you go. whatever you need. So this card I think is really cool for just any kind of dragon deck. And I'm honestly surprised we didn't get it with Chaz. So
yeah, it would have made sense there.
Better late than never, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, we have a couple fun rituals for you. So I think I'll take the ritual and the spell, and then you can do the other one.
Yep.
So we're gonna start with Lord of the Red, which is summon with Red Eyes Transmigration, which we'll look at after this. It is 2400. What level is this? 3, 6, 8. Yeah, looks good. That is 8, right?
8 confirmed.
Okay, cool. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated except Lord of the Red, as a quick effect, you can target a monster on the field and destroy it. That's right, any effect. It's not even like Azana where they have to target your Cyber Angel. Just, if anything is activated, bam, target a monster, destroy. And once per turn, when a card or effect is activated except Lord of the Red, you can target a spell or trap on the field, destroy it. So yeah, this thing just says, oh, you want to do stuff? Nuke your board.
Yep. That's pretty cool. It is targeted destruction, so you're like, Cyber Angels, but who cares? It's a cool card.
Yes.
Figure out how to play it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so Red Eye Transmigration is what summons it. So what's neat about this one is you have the normal, you can choose monsters from hand or field, but you also have and or banish Red Eyes monsters from your graveyard, whose total levels equal 8 or more, which is where you get the Red Eye synergy here.
Yes.
Now, of course, most Red Eyes are level 7, so you're probably going to need to do that, plus something.
Yes.
But that's the neat part, is that if you have the stuff in your graveyard that you're not using, you can banish it from there, so you don't just, go neg, as easily or as much.
Yeah. Yeah, your opponent activates anything, you just being able to retaliate by destroying their cards is really cool.
Yes.
Like it's actually like a really nice interactive effect, which I think we could use more of in Speed Duels.
Yep.
All right, Paladin of Dark Dragon. Paladin of White Dragon. We have that. This is Paladin of Dark Dragon. Ritual summon it with Dark Dragon Ritual. At the start of the damage step, if it attacks a defense position monster, destroy that monster. So it's already got your Drillroid effect. You can tribute this card, summon a Red Eyes that's similar to Paladin of White Dragon monster from your hand or deck, except it's not specifically just Red Eyes Black Dragon. It's a Red Eyes monster. So you can summon a actually really good effect Red Eyes monster, like Archfiend of Lightning, for example, right? Yep. And so in that way, it's actually just better than White Dragon Paladin. So it's a hard once per turn, but that you're really only using it once per turn. It's a ritual.
Yeah.
And you summon it with Dark Dragon Ritual, which you must tribute monsters, hand or field, levels 4 or more, and then you can banish from your graveyard, add a Red Eye spell trap from your deck to your hand. That is actually really good, because we're about to get to those, and you'll see those cards are all good cards that we have.
Yeah, they're all very good.
Yeah.
Except for this first one, which is honestly just okay, but it has its uses. This is more on the fun side, I would say. Yeah. And like the most competitive version of Red Eyes probably wouldn't run this, but you can make the case too. It is Cards of the Red Stone. You send a level 7 Red Eyes monster from your hand to the graveyard to draw 2 cards, and then you can send a level 7 Red Eyes monster from your deck to the graveyard. And there are benefits to having your monsters in the graveyard. We went over one of them. You can just banish it, for the ritual summon of Lord of the Red if you want to. But there's other ways to take advantage of those as well. Again, we've already shown you that you have multiple ways of reviving, with your with your Wyvern, your Blackstone of Legend works with that too. So there's already ways to work with that. So sending it to the grave is not bad.
Yeah, there's also Red Eye Spirit, which we already have, which was also in worst case. So there's that.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite card here. This is Red Eyes Fusion. You fusion summon a Red Eyes monster you fusion summon a fusion monster, that lists a Red Eyes monster as a material, using materials from your hand, deck, or field as your material. And if you do, its name becomes Red Eyes Black Dragon. You cannot normal special summon other monsters. That is fine, because the monster you're summoning with this in this scenario is Red Eyes / Dragon, which is a Red Eyes Black Dragon and a warrior monster. That's another reason we included the Felgrand cards in here. So you have a target for this, and when a Red Eyes monster declares an attack, including itself, you can target a warrior monster in your graveyard, equip it to this card, against 200 attack, but the best part is right here. When a card effect is activated that targets a card you control, not just itself, it will protect your other cards. By sending the equipped card you control to the graveyard, negate that targeting effect, and if you do, destroy that card. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon as many monsters from your graveyard as possible that were equipped to this card. So it not only protects your cards from being targeted, it also floats into whatever was equipped to it.
Red Eye Slash, very good card.
Very good card. I can see Lucky in the background. This card is amazing. It is probably the only Red Eyes fusion that's really good without being like burn damage or broken, right?
Yeah, it's something that we felt comfortable including here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, our next card is Red Eyes Insight. This card that kind of ties everything together, really. I would say this is the glue that makes Red Eyes deck stick. You send a Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and then you add a Red Eyes spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except for Insight. You can only use one per turn. So it can search something like, I don't know, the Red Eyes Fusion we just talked about. How was that? Pretty good.
It's a combo. I do want to say one thing in this deck that you'll notice is there's a lot of searching. There are a lot of consistency cards. And I think that's something that's very important in general in this box. You'll see we did that in a lot of best case scenarios because I think we need that in order for these new decks to be competitive. They need the consistency, right? If a deck has a good play, like Water Dragon, right? Summoning Water Dragon Cluster is good, but if you can never actually get there because you don't have the consistency cards to do that, then it's really kind of pointless having a strong boss monster.
Yep.
Alright, we got Red Eyes Fang with Chain. Target a Red Eyes monster you control, equip this card to it. It can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during the battle phase, so it's balanced but also strong. You can send this equip card to the graveyard, then target an effect monster on the field. Equip that target to the monster this card was equipped to. And if you do, while a monster is equipped to it by its effect, its attack and defense becomes equal to the original attack and defense of the equipped monster. So, to explain that, that's a lot of Konami jargon. It not only allows your monster to attack twice when it's first equipped to it, but when this equip card is sent to the... No, you can! It's up to you! So you send this equip card to the graveyard, and then target any effect monster on the field, so your opponent's monster, and your monster essentially relinquished sucks that monster, right? And its attack becomes... Now this last part, your monster's attack becomes equal to the attack you equipped, right? The attack of the monster you equipped? Well, the monster equipped... Yes. Okay. Yeah. That part is written not the best. Okay.
But see, this is good, because this is what's going to allow you, if you want to play non-ban list format, your opponent summons a moth, you're like, alright, cool. Playing with chain. I will now just equip your moth to my Red Eyes. My Red Eyes is now 3,500, and I removed your moth. Yeah, how does it feel? You don't like it when someone does it to you, do you?
That's right.
Tribute your monster to make a 3,500. Yeah.
That's right. Remember, tribute your own monster, or your opponent's going to do things like this. Okay.
All right, our last card here is Return of the Red Eyes. It is a continuous trap. And again, you'll notice these all have Red Eyes in the name, so those effects that said you can search a Red Eyes card, this works with all of them. If you control a Red Eyes monster, you can target a normal monster in your grave. That's right, any normal monster. So technically, if you want to use other stuff, you can. Special summon it. And if this card is in your possession, destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can target a Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can use each effect once per turn. So it is just continuous recursion for Red Eye stuff. You can just keep using it to, resummon your Red Eyes Black Dragon. If you control any Red Eyes monster. And if your opponent's like, well, I don't want you doing that, I'm going to destroy it. You're like, cool. Well, it's going to summon my Red Eyes one more time.
Yep.
Except it can, summon any Red Eyes monster on the destruction effect.
Yes. Yeah.
Not just normal. So,
right.
Yeah, Return of the Red Eyes is very, very good.
They're a really good card. I remember this was used most in Duel Links when I played Red Eyes with Archfiend of Lightning.
Yes.
So you'd have your other Red Eyes monster, and you'd constantly try to recur Archfiend, and then just Gemini summon Archfiend, and then just, try to destroy your opponent's field, and then go in for game.
Yeah.
Was kind of the game plan with that. So that would be really cool to have. Before we end, I do want to say, I know, it's confirmed, we know. But best case is that it's not actually in the deck. It's just
a fake leak.
It's just somehow there. You know, they're sended to you separately. I don't know. All right. Yeah. So bad card. We don't want to put it in best case.
It'll just be taped to the outside of the box.
Yeah. There you go. Easy. Easy. It's a last minute. Like guys, you should look at this website, and they'll be like, oh no, quick, tape some copies to the boxes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say my final thoughts is. There's a ton of really fun Red Eyes cards that I think we could reasonably get. You'll notice we omitted any Red Eyes card that had to do with burn damage. Yeah. I don't know why Konami decided that like that was a big part of the Red Eyes theme was burn damage. It's weird. So you'll notice that we did not include things like Inferno Fire Blast. Because that would be incredibly broken in speed duels. Summon a Red Eyes once, activate 2 Inferno Fire Blast, GG. Like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. But you can see that even without any of the burn stuff, there's a lot of really cool Red Eyes cards.
Yes.
And I think that this deck hangs pretty well with the other best case scenarios that we've shown so far without being oppressive or crazy, you know, like way above everything else. So there's a lot of reasonable Red Eye stuff that we could get. So hopefully this is more that what we do get more closely resembles this.
Right, rather than Darkness, Dragon, and Friends.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah. Yeah, no, I don't really have any final thoughts. Look, Dragons are cool. Before Matt Bell, who was the old designer of Speed Duels before GX, promised us Dragon support at some point, but then was no longer at Konami, so couldn't personally follow through on that. So this is the moment for the new Speed Duel team to follow through on a promise that was made to the community by the previous designer. So
yes,
just get it done.
Thank you for definitely doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yep, that will wrap us up today. Hope you all enjoyed this. As I always tell you, if you like what you see here, let us know if there's any other cards you want to see for Nightshroud. And they did call it a Red Eyes deck, not just a Dragon deck. They did say it's a Red Eyes deck, so that gives me more hope, actually. Because we were worried it would just be some generic, Dragon stuff that wasn't very good. So let us know what you want to see in Nightshroud's Red Eyes Black Dragon deck. So do tell us in the comments below. But yeah, that will do it for us for today. So as always, my friends, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Good luck in all of your games, and we will see you soon.